What if Russian defeat? Russia doesn't lose on the battlefield, not in the traditional sense. The collapse comes from inside. The economy, stretched beyond breaking point by sanctions and the endless appetite of war, simply stops functioning. Oil infrastructure in flames from drone strikes, refineries offline, the ruble worth less than the paper it's printed on, the war chest drained, the foreign reserves frozen, the black market thriving while grocery shelves empty. Moscow cannot properly pay soldiers anymore, and when the checks bounce, when the promise of a new Lada turns into another IOU, the cannon fodder stops volunteering. But here's where it gets complicated. Ukraine won't invade Russia. They don't need to. They've already proven they can strike deep. Oil depots, power plants, ammunition warehouses burning from Rostov to Todos. The Black Sea Fleet is a museum of sunken wrecks. The image of invincibility, shattered, so Russia doesn't surrender in some grand ceremony. Maybe Putin disappears, a health issue, and someone else announces completion of the special military operation. Maybe there's a coup, fast and brutal. Maybe it's just exhaustion. What happens next is where the real chaos begins, the internal fracture. Russia isn't a monolith. When the center weakens, the periphery starts thinking independently. Chechnya remembers, Dagestan calculates. Even regions that aren't openly rebellious start withholding taxes, ignoring federal orders. The nuclear arsenal becomes the only thing preventing complete disintegration. The power vacuum. Generals, oligarchs, regional strongmen, all circling. This won't be a smooth democratic transition. Think 1990s Russia, but faster and more violent. The West will scramble, terrified of loose nukes. China will quietly expand influence in the Far East. The Ukrainian calculation. Kyiv faces an impossible choice. Push for total victory and risk Russia's collapse into something even more unpredictable. Or accept a settlement that leaves Ukraine whole but Russia functional enough to prevent chaos. Victory might mean inheriting a neighbor that's not a country but a question mark with thousands of nuclear weapons. China watches its no-limits partner implode and recalculates further. Belarus looks for new protection. Kazakhstan, Mongolia, the Central Asian republics start making calls to Beijing, to Washington, to anyone who isn't Moscow. The post-Soviet space reshuffles entirely. The nuclear question nobody wants to ask. Who controls Russia's arsenal during collapse? What if a regional commander decides he's not going down without leverage? What if oligarchs start selling access? This is the nightmare scenario that makes Western intelligence agencies wake up in cold sweat. But maybe, and this is where hope lives, maybe a defeated Russia finally confronts what it's been avoiding for centuries, that empire is finished, that being a normal country isn't weakness, that you can have influence without conquering neighbors. Or maybe not. Maybe defeat breeds resentment and myths of betrayal. Germany after Versailles is a warning we all know. Here's what's certain. Russian defeat doesn't end the story. It opens a new, more chaotic chapter, one where the rules are being written in real time and nobody has the playbook. We'd all be navigating a world where one of the largest nuclear powers just imploded, and hoping the pieces land somewhere manageable. What if